Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and I've got a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle, and I just fell in love with this thing when I first saw it. Had to have it. So I get teased. I can tell if you guys will follow my videos, especially you've probably heard me say this quite a few times. I get teased by the guys in the shop because every once in a while I get one I want to hang on to, but for us that's often enough. It happens a few times a year. This is one of those cars. I'm gonna give her a quick spin. It's got a really well dialed in engine. I just got it back from Moon Air Cooled, had the brakes done, went through, did a tune-up. It's got a nice little bit of pickup, you know, nice little bit of power to it. Not a racing Beetle by any means, but it gets up and goes. It drives really easy. So this is a lowered car, and it's actually really smooth. Really smooth ride going down the road. Steers nice and straight, really easy. You can just see my finger, you know, I put that up there. This is my steering finger test is what I call it. Really easy driving, smooth driving. Super easy. E-brake works. Great sounding little exhaust. There we go. This is actually the this car is done in the 356 Porsche 356 Speedster silver, and it's actually got the 356 Speedster wheels on it, which is freaking cool. It sits pretty low, but the nice thing is it's not scraping. Actually, the funny thing is my Volkswagen guy Clinton over at Moon Air Cooled, his brother-in-law has one. He pulled up right when I was pulling up in mine, and I drove right over his curb and pretty much straight on, you know, didn't think too much about it and just drove just fine. He pulled up right behind me and he had to drive at an angle sideways, and still was, you could kind of barely hear it scraping, and we were commenting that this is the perfect height of a lowered Beetle. You wouldn't want it any lower, you'd be scraping things. So it's right, like it's just perfect to be, you know, right on the money for you know, for regular driving. So I absolutely love this color. It's part of what really caught my eye. I mean, this thing just looks awesome sitting in the parking lot. When I pulled up at the guy's house when we were looking at the car, it was sitting in the driveway in front of a beautiful house, and it just looks really nice. When you get right up on it, it's got a few imperfections, but it's not a, you know, $26,000 Beetle. It's you know, so, you know, it's, in other words, not a perfect Beetle. In fact, I actually sold a really nice 64 last year, and we sold it for like $28,000, and it was practically perfect. So this is a driver, and I'm not scared to take this to the grocery store or park somewhere in a parking lot or the movie theater, and I'm not worried about somebody hitting it. So that being said, a couple of little imperfections there. I'm trying to get the camera just right. If you can see a couple of little spots there, and this may be able to be buffed out. And there's a couple of if you catch the light just right, I'm probably not going to be able to catch it on the camera. There's about 8 or so little tiny dings, almost like it was parked maybe like somewhere where a couple of acorns fell on it. It doesn't even look maybe as hard as a hail pop. And in fact, the paintless dent removal guys, they do miracles. So there's a couple little spots here and there. There's one there. I'm catching that one in the right light to see it. I mean, it's like smaller than the size of a dime. But there was just a couple spots I wanted to be really honest about. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being show quality, this paint is like a 6.5. I mean, when you get right up on it, it's just not perfect, but it really looks clean and nice. So anyways, 64 is the right, 1 year hood look. This has got the European look with the blades on it, and it has the deletes for the holes where the more ornate bumpers would have gone. So this is the more Euro style looking Beetle. Interior is really clean. This car was restored probably like 8 years ago, and it's been kept nice, but it's not mint. Could use some door weather stripping around the edges. New door weather stripping would actually make it look a little cleaner there. But the windows roll up and down nice and easy, and all the glass is in great shape. Dash looks nice. I believe the radio works. I was trying to remember if we had it turned on or not. Well, maybe not. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So you got your hair combed back and sunglasses on, baby. So that's nice. Nice to have the stereo working. Carpet actually looks really good. I probably could have done a little bit better job vacuuming it, but it looks nice and clean. Seats look good. There is one, I actually asked Clinton to fix this for me, but we didn't get a chance to. One little burn hole right in the back. What we were gonna do was pull the hog rings off and pull that seat cover back a little bit more, pull the upholstery back. I actually think that could be tightened up and hidden. In fact, this seat's not 100% all the way in. And that's what Clinton was telling me. He said by the time you push the seat in like you're supposed to and pull on that cloth a little bit, I don't think that would actually necessitate a reupholstery job. Headliner looks good. Speakers in the back. And then underneath, really solid car. And I believe that the floor pans may have been replaced. They were full. If they had done it, it was, oh no, there we go, yeah. Okay, so a half floor pan replacement was done there. And you can see, which is not uncommon for these. So that is very solid and rust-free all the way back. I couldn't remember if I said earlier, we just did the brakes all the way around. They stopped great. Also just did new gaskets on the exhaust. When I got the car, I actually had a little minor exhaust leak. And it was enough to bother me that I said, I wanna fix that exhaust leak. I don't like that sound, when I'm driving around. Oh, it's kind of funny actually. If you have just the right sounding exhaust leak, this might sound silly, but it actually almost sounds more aggressive. Same as the other side, half pans replaced down the side. And if you wanted to be really particular, you could put it up on the lift and clean that up. It wouldn't bother me at all. I'm not looking at the underneath of a car like this, and I'm not parking it at a show with mirrors underneath it, or it's just too low anyways. Getting super particular with it, I think this blade could be replaced. If you wanted it to be perfect, it's got a couple of little spots on it. Actually, I think hitting it with a Brillo pad, we could have shined it up a little more. And of course, because it's lower, there's a little dent right there. Not uncommon. He just fixed the latch too on the trunk. So I go under here and pull on that, and it comes unlatched very easy. And it locks down like it's supposed to. Very clean under here. When somebody restored it, they did a bed liner style. You got the Porsche leather strap, which is cool. The original VIN number down there, and everything inside here looks good. So there you have it. Man, I love these cars. They're something that Actually, the very first car I ever bought with my own money when I was 16 was a Volkswagen Beetle. It was a 69 and hardtop. And my best friend and I had a blast with that thing. I think I paid somebody $1,800 for it back then, and it was, you know, just really fun to drive. And anyway, so there's a special place in my heart for these. The thing I love about Beetles like this, they look cool everywhere you go. I mean, for the price, you know, it's a quarter of the price of a Corvette or something, you know, or a Camaro. And you'll get as many, if not more, looks in this car. It's very drivable. They're easy to maintain. Everything you can buy for it is inexpensive. The one thing that I did ask Clinton to do too that he didn't get a chance to, because was the turn signal switch. The turn signals actually do work, but the switch broke off. And with the COVID virus going around, J-Bugs in California has been backed up and getting stuff in kind of late. So rather than waiting around for those final little tiny parts, we wanted to go ahead and get the car up for sale and make it available to you. So give us a call, Peachtree Classic Cars. I absolutely love this 64 Beetle, and I know you're gonna love it too. It's gonna be a super fun car.